Craig Baird, the defending series champion for the NZV8's in the United Video Ford, starts his top 10 flying lap. 1 point behind Angus Fogg in the championship, and he did all 3 races at Pukekohe at round 1 with a persistent misfire. That's a pretty good recovery for a pretty tough weekend, really, in hindsight.
It is. They got through the weekend, and here they are again trying to go one better than at round 1, but so is everybody else, keep in mind. Hey, look, let's not take it away from nothing from Andy Knight. That is an outstanding lap to date. Here's Craig Baird, hit the curve on the inside. That's just going to throw the car right out. Now, look, see daylight under the front of the car? Now it's gone. That's these cars when they hit the brakes. The front's getting sucked down. That's how hard these guys are trying.
So much attitude with these race cars. They are fabulous. They sound fabulous, and they really sound the part here at Powerbuilt Raceway. Craig Baird did the double last season with the Porsche GT3 Cup Challenge and the NZV8's. Has never been done before. Second in the points, just 1 point down on Angus Fogg. What can he do here in the top 10? It's a pretty clinical lap so far, Mark, you got to say.
Yeah, except for turn around the back part of the circle where he hit the inside curve and it threw the car out. Whether it hurts him or not, only time's going to tell. But like you say, things got a good flow to it. Craig's just got out of the GT3s, you know, he's in a 6-speed car, etc., etc. So he's doing a good job.
So he qualified into the 10 at a 1:30.228 as the 5th quickest car. If he can do that, that would be enough to put him on the pole, provisional pole, with 4 more cars left to come. Great run off the sweeper for Craig Baird. Let's see how the time translates. Oh, he goes to the top with a 1:32.25. Next car in the top 10 is Tim Edgell in the Chester's Ford. And Mark, going into this top 10, we haven't quite seen the clinical assessment that we've seen from Tim Edgell at the opening round at Pukekohe. Just something has been missing, it looked like, in qualifying.
I think they're going to get it together, but you're right in what you say, Jamie. Just whatever that last 1 or 2% they're looking for hasn't quite gelled yet. But of course, now we're into qualifying, the top 10 shootout. At Pukekohe, when we saw Timmy go out, I made comment to him afterwards, you didn't use every inch of road. And he says, no, I didn't think we needed to. I think here's going to be a different story because qualifying positions count for a lot here as Pukekohe. There's a fair bit of passing. So I think we're going to see him use every inch and every millimetre of the track that he can use.
Well, one of only 4 drivers in qualifying into the 1:29 bracket at a 1:29.986. He was 4 tenths down on Kane Scott. But what have they got under the car? What tyres have they gone out on? And at the moment, the car looks, you know, it looks pretty good.
Yeah, it's very methodical because every time he gives the input into the steering, the front goes with it, and then the back is complementary to that. So far, nice and smooth. These are the key parts. This is where you've got to keep the momentum going right here.
So Craig Baird is the fastest at the moment at a 1:30.225. He was 3/1000ths of a quicker than his qualifying lap. So if nothing else, he's consistent.
Yeah, look, Timmy just went in a bit hard there, trailed the brake a little bit longer and just missed the apex.
Well, let's see how that sort of translates at the top end of the circuit off the sweeper for the Chester's Ford. Former New Zealand Formula Ford champion, Tim Edgell from Auckland. He was strong at Pukekohe. Can he go to the top here at Powerbuilt Tools? No, second quickest, 1:30.448. Next up, it's the championship leader, Angus Fogg in the LG Motorsport Ford Falcon. Qualified 3rd, going into the 10 at a 1:29.919. A remarkably relaxed Angus Fogg, and it continues here this weekend at Christchurch.
I have to say, you're 100% right. I've spent a bit of time with Angus over the last couple of weeks, just talking to him, and he is a different character to what we've seen in the past. He is relaxed. He is so focused on what he's doing, and believe it or not, he's lost more weight than what he had on before. But when I saw the start of that lap, he has attacked this, and he has attacked this hard. I've been watching motorsport for 30 years of my life. Timaru last year was one of the best qualifying laps I've seen anybody ever done. I hope he delivers that again here.
Well, he made the 10 in Pukekohe, but didn't get to qualify in the top 10 shootout because of a gearbox issue, and they just ran out of time to replace it. So this is actually his first appearance on track in the top 10 shootout. He is the championship leader by 1 solitary point over Craig Baird going into the round here this weekend at Powerbuilt Raceway at Ruapuna in Christchurch.
Yeah, look, he's got enough experience in the top 10. He knows when to turn it on and what's required when it is time to turn it on, and we're seeing that right now.
So Craig Baird is the provisional poleman at the moment at a 1:30.225, but the top 4 in qualifying were all in the 1:29s. Obviously, Edgell's lost a little bit of time from his qualifying effort, a little bit of oversteer off the exit of turn number 9 for Angus Fogg. but a very tidy Angus Fogg.
It is, and so this is uncharacteristic for it. Oh, actually, that's not fair on Angus. He can put together quite laps, but he's doing it lap after lap after lap.
All right, let's see what Angus Fogg can do in the top 10 shootout here at Powerbuilt Tools. He goes quickest at a 1:29.87. John McIntyre is the top 10 shootout expert, you got to say, because I think he's only missed one in the last couple of seasons when we've had these top 10 shootouts more.
Yeah, and even a self-confessed expert when I was reading all the updates on the website during the week. But look, he knows how to turn it on. He's had so much supercar experience recently. He knows, oh, God, I was going to say that. He looked like he just about backed the thing in.
He was aggressive off the kick. He was actually right to the outside of the circuit. He just lost the rear under brakes into two, so that must have cost him some time. He was quickest in the qualifying session at a 1:29.7 until Kane Scott came out with a couple of minutes to go and slammed in a 1:29.5. So what are we going to see here from another former two-time series champion?
What we're going to see is a lightning fast lap, because at Pukekohe, we've seen the same driving style. It's what Johnny has kind of developed into his driving style or pattern. Is, oh, here we go, he's missed the apex there. Guys, I think she's lap over.
Oh, John McIntyre, he just maybe mistimed that run through the S's in the infield here at Powerbuilt Tools.
I'd be very surprised if actually this is going to be a fast lap, because we saw it in turn one, the back of the car coming around. Maybe that was part of it, but we saw him miss the apex by a long shot there, so I think he's just in recovery mode now.
On board through 8, setting up the run to 9. Two crucial corners here at Powerbuilt Tools.
Guys, that car's just got no flow to it. It's not complementary to what Johnny's trying to do.
You can see him soaring at the wheel off the exit of turn 9 at the sweeper. John McIntyre, can he stick the Amcor Falcon on pole here at Powerbuilt Tools? At the moment, Angus Fogg quickest with a 1:29.878. John McIntyre, third quickest at a 1:30.25. So it's another two-time former series champion, Kane Scott, the last out in the top 10, qualified quickest out of qualifying at a 1:29.568. And Mork, just going back to the lap from John McIntyre, didn't look as happy as we've seen that car in qualifying previously.
No, he just didn't make the connection that we've seen time after time and a time. But look, can Kane make the same connection that we expected from Johnny McIntyre? I think he can. But saying that this morning, there you go, a little bit of oversteer coming off the corner. But when you and I went for a bit of a walk this morning, honestly, this car did not look comfortable at all, but it was very quick.
Yeah, talking to the Racing Projects team boss Nigel Barclay, I think he sort of raised his eyes then and said that Kane had been trying pretty hard and he was still quick with a little smirk on his face. So I think they know they're pretty happy with that race car. He topped one of the sessions this morning. John McIntyre topped the other one, but Kane Scott just came out of nowhere with a couple of minutes left to go in the qualifying session, the 20-minute session, and just slammed the place with a 1:29.568.
At some stage, these guys have to bolt tyres on. Because of the tyre rule, they carry tyres over, and by the time they get to the second session before qualifying, the tyres are past the use-by date. No criticism to Dunlop whatsoever, of course, but they put the new set of tyres on, which are allocated for this weekend. I think Kane done it earlier than most, and he showed his true form very early in the piece.
It's smooth, Mark. It's very, very smooth. You certainly didn't see the steering input we saw from John McIntyre's lap out of turn number 9.
It's just going to be a fast, methodical lap.
Angus Fogg sits in the number 1 spot right now at a 1:29.878. Kane Scott went 3/10 quicker than that in the qualifying session. Can the Fujitsu Ford go to the top? Wait for it. He does at a 1:29.574. That is stunning from Kane Scott. He will start off the pole for race number 1.
Well, on a day like this, I don't know how else to describe that, Kane, but that was huge.
It's a pretty good lap, wasn't it? You know, geez, it's a tough sport, this sport. It's certainly got its highs and it's got its lows too, you know. We've had a pretty tough start to the year. We've had some awesome pace, and I think what we've had is a bunch of guys that have had a lot of faith in us, and they've just persevered. So we arrived with a great car. Look, it's as we rolled it out of the truck. We've thrown the truck at it to try and make it go faster. It's a good effort for us, and we were confident coming here that we'd have a good car, and we're certainly confident that we've got a good car for the other circuits as well. So look out, Johnny Mac, we're coming.